everybody! Let's give a big hand, everybody! Welcome to Bangkok. Everybody feeling happy tonight? Feeling happy? I want to, on behalf of Socium, invite you to the first event held at the Socium building. On behalf of Socium, I invite all of you and I welcome all of you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, thank you. And I want to say hello and welcome to anyone who may be watching via our live feed. And if you haven't done so, all those mobile phones that you got out, I'd like you to go on to our Facebook page and I want you to share our live feed as well so that other people who can't be here, who are not lucky enough to be here, can enjoy this experience with us as well. Facebook.com, the next level revelation. Whoops. That was close. Not revolution. Revelation. The next level revelation. And that's what we're here to do tonight. We're here to reveal some new and amazing and wonderful things. But first of all, I'd like us to warm up with some welcome. So I know that we've got Thai people here, so I'm going to say, Sawasdee krap, yindi ton rap. And I know that we have some Vietnamese people here. Right? Do we have some Vietnamese people? Can I see some hands for the Vietnamese people? So, you're not Assad. You have some Vietnamese people? What do you say? Chao Mang? So, what else do we have? Do we have any people from Spain? Yeah, we got some people from Italy. We got some people from Estonia. What else have we got here, guys? Sweden, Austria. Okay, so what we're going to do now, Ukraine, amazing. So what we're going to do is we're going to say welcome to all the people watching in your language. We're going to start in Thai because this is Thailand. ตอนนี้นะครับจะให้พวกเราทุกคนหลังจากที่ผมนับ1 ถึง 3เนี่ยบอกยินดีต้อนรับโอเคนะฟังออกนะถ้าฟังไม่ออกก็ไม่รู้จะว่าไงโอเค1 2 3ยินดีต้อนรับ Okay, that's welcome in Thai. Now we're going to go to the Vietnamese people. Can you guys say welcome in Vietnamese? 1 2 3. Okay, one person. Guys, what on earth? Who else? Come on, somebody help her out. The Vietnamese people, you guys need to show us some power here. One more time. Welcome in Vietnamese. 1 2 3. Let's give them a hand. Okay, so we have the Estonians. Let's give them a chance because there's a few of them, all right? Welcome in Estonian, okay? 1 2 3. Wonderful. You guys are perfectly in time. All right, but what we can do, all of us here, with one voice, is we can say it in English. I'm going to count to 3, and then all of you, to the cameras that are pointing at you, say welcome. All right? 1 2 3. Welcome. Amazing. Give yourself a hand. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So, how are you all doing? You like the building? You like our new offices? Looking nice? Well, I'm telling you this. This building is going to be more than just a building. This is going to be a place where dreams are built. This is going to be a place where changes are made. This is going to be a place where lives are changed. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how beautiful the building is. It's got great coat of paint, wonderful materials. In the end, it's just steel, rock, glass. It's dead. What brings life to this building? What brings life to it is the purpose that's being fulfilled within these walls. And that doesn't stay inside these walls, but goes out. But I'm going to tell you this one more thing, and that is that it doesn't matter what fantastic things happen in here and what a beautiful building we can make. We here, all of you, everyone here is building something much bigger than the most beautiful structure on earth. What's being built here is nothing that any human hand could build. What you're building is something alive, something living, something that changes the world, something that changes our future. You're building a living monument that children can look back on and be grateful for, that children in the future can see and continue to build in future generations. So, on behalf of Socium, we're just your hosts here tonight. We're just here to welcome you. That's why I did a little welcome session. This is not our event. This evening is about every one of you. And we are so, so proud to have a part in building history, in building something beautiful, in bringing change, in bringing goodness and happiness and wealth and fulfillment to many lives. But that, no matter where it starts in the world, can't be limited to any building, any city, any country. It has to reach beyond borders all over the world. And that will happen because you all are here. So give yourself a hand. Come on, give yourself a hand like you mean it. Come on, let me hear some noise. Well done, well done. And on behalf of our hosts here, Socium Consortium and the Socium Holding Company Limited, I'm very, very proud to host this event. All of us are very proud, everyone. Did everyone enjoy the food? Everyone enjoying our staff here helping out? Each one is part of that living structure, that living monument that's being built. But I am now very happy and proud to invite up onto this stage for this very historic occasion a man with a vision as big as the universe. A man with guts like you've never seen. I was going to say another word, but maybe not. You know, if you know him. A man with a heart as big as the world. A man with belief that nothing can quench. I'm telling you that I myself personally am living dreams right now that I didn't ever dare to dream. And this fine young man here is a big part of that. And he's helping us all to believe, to dream big, to move on strong. So let's all put our hands together for the founder and visionary of the concept, Staffan Lieber!
How are you doing? Sounds like I'm alone here. How are you doing? Good! Brilliant. I don't know if you forgot something. The man with the stomach, big as the globe. It's a pleasure, ladies and gentlemen. I want to start with thanking you all for taking the time to come. It's very important. Some of you came very early, same as me. And yeah, where to start? It's been amazing. It's been amazing since going back to actually 1 year ago exactly, 11th November last year, when actually the decision was made to actually then go out and build, yes, a network. We are doing networking. Many people over-dramatize it, you know, what is it? It's MLM, it's, you know, it's networking, you know, is it this, is it that? Is it direct sales? What is it? But in the end of the day, it's all about relationship. You agree on that?
Yes.
So the funny thing is when people get introduced like me, it was actually 21st of August, a long time ago. I am that old, yes. Graduating in law school in Sweden, when I got introduced to the beautiful concept of networking. Okay? The funny thing that happens there is that I was very blessed because I had a good sponsor, upline, that kept me in the business. Because I can tell you, I quit 20 times, 30 times, maybe more the first month. Why? Because people have a perception, a pre-programmed belief about what it is that we do. Some people believe it's, yeah, but it's one of those pyramids, you know. What is it? It's a Ponzi. Is it legal? All of these things that goes around in people's heads that actually do not know what we do. Okay? And it's so misunderstood that if you want to compare it to the pyramid, you better put it upside down. Okay? Why? Because it's about leadership. It's about integrity. It's about speaking the truth, taking difficult decisions, and leading. Okay? And that's, in the end of the day, why I love the industry of networking. Because it builds people. It builds people to something that they most probably never ever dreamt of even. And that's what drives this industry. Now, going back then to 19 plus years ago when I got introduced to this industry, and what's been happening along the road. Guys, ladies, gentlemen, when I got started in the industry, we were faxing in receipts. Faxing. Imagine what happened in those years. I was also blessed to get into the industry at a time when things were changing. Okay? We actually rolled out that year, few months after when I got started, a web page. Wow! Now we are on the internet. Imagine. It's only 19 years ago. What has happened along the road? An industry like networking, very much questioned about when did it really start? Okay? When did it get born? Some people say a beautiful concept of Amway, been around forever, but actually it goes further back. Okay? But one thing is for sure, even if you argue about when it started, and that is the only thing that we can agree on 100% if we know what the industry is about, that is all about personal development, growth. A person that passed away recently, actually, not so long ago, that was basically the Amway. I think you all know who I talk about, especially if you've been in the industry. Take a look to what he did, what he had to overcome, getting fought by governments, getting fought by this. Yes, even McDonald's. Anybody knows McDonald's? We all know. They were 5 minutes to being shut down because of franchising. And that's basically also networking. Different commission structure, yes, but a pre-made concept for anybody that wishes and has the character enough to take it up, pick up the ball, and bring it forward. What I believe, though, is that the last years the industry has suffered a lot. Internet has made it possible to more or less, pardon my French, live, but I don't give a shit, rape the industry. Okay? An industry that I personally love, and I know the leadership, the true leadership around the planet, also loves. Okay? Why? Because it became easier and easier and easier also for not sincere projects to roll out. Blockchain. Also a question about when did it really start? Who made it? Okay? You go to one person and speak, they say one thing. You go to another one and they say something else. But let's say 2008-ish and forward being rolled out. I got told about actually Bitcoin. I don't remember the year, probably 2009, 2010. Would have been pretty cool to buy a few thousand of them and keep them. Correct? For a fraction. Did I do it? No. In 2015, one of my friends, old-time friends, was involved in a concept that I didn't believe in from the beginning. I remember here in Bangkok, sharing a taxi with him, and he started speaking about tokens. I did not understand anything, but I understood that this is something that is growing. Why? He was very excited, and it was not only that company that was on the rise. So I decided, after taking a look, doing my research about it, okay, this sounds very interesting. The plan was there, strategy was there. Unfortunately, that company didn't do what they told. Okay? Some people blamed me when I stepped to the side. They said, oh, he's leaving. Guys, one thing I learned over the years is that it's very easy to say yes, 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 but the no counts. Have the balls to say no when it counts. Why did I step out? Because I no longer believed in where it was going. I no longer believed in that they would do the changes required, speaking with them hundreds of times, getting provinces. But I'm still blessed and thankful for getting introduced to blockchain. Okay? So still, out of the failure grows an opportunity. And I believe in that. Every single moment, every single time, every single day, minute, when we meet people, open their ears. It might be the most stupid idea that comes there, but maybe it has a grain of brilliancy. And that's what I believe it's all about. In about 2017, Fon, not Japan, many of her, most of you, all of you know her, most probably, I guess. I had really was blessed to actually go to a meeting to meet Dr. Mehta that sits here, and I believed it was about real estate. Give him an applause. The funny thing was that for some reason he didn't show me the real estate project. Okay? I really don't know why, because that was why I went there, out of courtesy for fun. I remember sitting in the car with Vera Pan, my partner, and being pretty irritated about that it was a long way, sitting 2 hours in the car, on a Sunday, I think it was actually, but I normally would take a little bit more time towards the family. Okay, the funny thing was that he started showing me, I don't think he was even serious about if I would have the real interest. There was something that had ticked in me, and I learned something over the years, that don't say no if you don't know what you say no to. Okay? It sounds like something that everybody would do, but we are not, because we are pre-programmed to reject things that doesn't fit in. Okay? Everything that doesn't fit in the frying pan, I call it, in the program, gets rejected upon, automatically. But I learned that by saying no to too many good things. So when he showed me that one, I had no idea about, plastic. I had no idea about the way of taking it and, converting it into fuel. And I also honestly did not have an idea about how severe the plastic pollution is. Not even close. I come from a country in Scandinavia, Finland, where we believe that everything is recycled, and taken care of. Unfortunately, that's not the truth. Somebody may be watching and thinking, how do you know that? Guys, do your research. Do your research, and it's going to blow you away. It is not a good situation we are living in right now. Fortunately, what I did the first after jumping into the car with Vera Pan was I Googled it, very simple. Plastic, the fuel. This is before the frenzy in social media. Was not much in the internet back then. But it popped up an article. And let's say it was a very analytic article, not about plus or minus about it. But the sentence that was last blew me away. Because it stated that within the next years, it was then 2023 if I remember correctly, that the industry of this concept, plastic to fuel, in Great Britain alone, is expected to be worth, if I remember correctly, 1.73 billion pounds. And now I'm waking up. I'm shoving the phone in the face of everybody. Easy, but I'm driving, but look at this. Yeah, of course I have dollar signs in my eyes. Of course. I mean, taking plastic, you know, go to a landfill and take a look. Taking that people pay you for to take away. Getting paid to take it and create value out of it. Holy shit. So I understood that maybe it's possible. So I called Fon actually and said, send me all the stuff you have on it. He sent me over at 190 pages or something like this, which I read through. And I realized that, oh, there is a real probability that this is real. Ended up going to Saraburi back then. We didn't have any. It was generation 4 back then, no generation 5. That we actually accomplished together. Together. And that's the key word. We accomplished it together. Still no idea about, you know, this where we're sitting today, about network. Why? Because I also had a bad experience from the previous one. I also had these doubts about how to do it, and I knew that if this is possible to do, it will be big. And what do I mean with big? Big. Bigger than anything before. Why? It's probably value in the landfills, in the sea, and everywhere, 10 trillions of profit. 10 trillions. And with an industry that most probably also turns around $1 trillion a year, that actually hasn't changed that much since it got launched. I was blessed to get people on board that knew Frank. Even if he retired, I don't know how many times. Why? He didn't know what he was getting into, but when he saw it, when he was standing in front of the machine, he came to me and said, hey, I'm going to go shoot a video. I said, what are you going to shoot? I said, you say something. And he said he realized in that moment, when he's standing there without having prepared, that this is brutal. Why? Think about it. Being able to stand here today and actually represent a cause that is so needed, it's a catastrophe. People ask me, why networking? You can get all the money for it. Guys, it's not about that. It's not about that. If it's all about the money, we would capitalize, sell out SEPCO, walk away with a few billions most probably. We come so far already. Proof of concept is there. People are flocking to invest and so on. I mean, come on. Big companies in the oil industry wants to invest, wants to buy in. You're refusing. Why? Because this is needed. You guys sitting here, you that watches this, it is all about one thing, and one thing only. Informing the world about the facts. We do not need to inform them about how bad it is. Maybe we do. Because I listened to a lesson by a doctor that said that, guys, the next generation growing up today is the first generation in documented history that will live shorter than you and me. I have an 18, actually now 19 months old son. Looking at him, I mean, guys, it just shifted in the brain. Something snapped. Something snapped inside because, I mean, if it's all about money, how much do you really need? $1 billion? 100 million? Million? 10? All of us are different. All of us have different needs, goals, visions, what we want to accomplish. But one thing that I think we have in common is preserving the heritage. In order to preserve the heritage, guys, we need to be able to breathe the air, eat the food. You agree? It's time to take care of a sustainable future. It's time to take care of it. I see it as a great responsibility being involved. And honestly, whoever tries to attack me, attack us, just go. You lose. You lose. Honesty, integrity, and strategy. And that's why we are here, ladies and gentlemen, today. Why? Because it is a responsibility once we know about the problem to take care of it. Yeah? Imagine you're having a person drowning in the pool. He's drowning. Nah, I ain't going to do anything. Come on. It is a responsibility. But being 19 years in the industry, I also know that, we have, welfare and these things. It's nice, but why do people do it? Let's be honest. They do it for themselves to feel better. It is just in our nature. Tell me one cause that doesn't have a capitalistic element in it. Tell me one that is really successful. Unfortunately, I didn't make the rules. That's how we work. That's why we strategized to put a financial incentive in it for the people that wants to be involved, to spread the information about the facts, this is how it is. But unfortunately, governments, organizations, communities are doing right now a really, really, really not so smart decision to try to eliminate the plastic. I mean, we tend to do this as people. We react to something. Unfortunately, not based on facts. Unfortunately not. We react, that's not good, let's drop it. But what are you going to replace it with? And I realized, thanks to all the research, thanks to Dr. Mehta, thanks to everybody on the team that's been doing the research for years, blowing up machines, breaking failures, people not listening to them and so on. I mean, give him an applaud. And that's what I love about this company. It's full of people that simply refuses to give up. Because they're driven by something bigger. And I believe truly, we will change the industry in many ways. Not only change a bit, but reflip on the paradigm. Why? Maybe you should learn why. It's out there. It's already spoken about. We're changing at least how customer acquisition is driven. We're changing commission structures. We're changing value on blockchain. People say, it's a coin. Yeah, maybe learn a bit more. We developed 2, 3 main chains, and we realized, holy macaroni, is changing. It's no longer about that. And we had to again be hard with going over on Ethereum, buy Ethereum, because we can't manipulate it. It's transparent, decentralized, but unfortunately, again, the responsibility is on you to teach how to use it, because too many people are already losing tokens, and we can't help you. So it's all about learn to earn. Okay? We begin going through that. People say, no, don't do it. But I was so convinced that that is what has to be done. I was so convinced about that it's doable. Crazy, maybe. That's who I am. I'm willing to drop it, go to the next. It's doable. So what happened then? 18th of December, can we have a slide? 18th of December, we did the start. I mean, how crazy is that? 18th 15th of December. I mean, right before Christmas. I don't know really why. It was just something that had to be done. We didn't mind the Christmas holidays. We didn't mind the technical challenges. We didn't mind that it's, that time of the year. No, we're just going to do it. Do it now. We were a few hours late because of this and that, but we just wanted to get it done. And the reason for me was very simple. I believe, I'm convinced actually, that this companies, over the next 3 to 5 years, will bring in at least 50% of what you used to know as network marketing. Why? Because it's simply unbeatable today. It's simply unbeatable. And if you don't believe me, you better study a bit again. It's something that you lost out on. That's the funny thing. So many people just refuse to read, listen, bring it in. And they lose out. If you learn what we do, no way you can stay out. I'll give you a figure if you're watching this. I've been in the industry for 19 years. Events like this, how many guys did get an invitation? Nobody. Okay? Here you're sitting from all sides of the world. You just come. When you try to sell tickets in normal companies, you'd be happy if you have 5% of your active people on an event. The next level tour. We started, we bring on. We came all the way to Amsterdam. Maybe we can roll on, take a look at the crazy journey. Few slides, please. February, Pattaya. I mean, we are not 1 year old. We started really in February. Correct? And the best thing with it is that we've been able to choose the best of the best. Leaders with integrity like you. Leaders with skills. Leaders that want something bigger. Leaders that want sustainability in front of fast money. Leaders that want a future where we actually can breathe the air. Eat the food. Some people don't because they don't think enough. We went on from that to Amsterdam. Not so many people, maybe 400. But again, from more than 23 countries, from even Tahiti, all the way. And I must say, I've never, ever, ever been on an event with that atmosphere. The culture was starting to form. Positive people, this and that. Normally you go and fix problems. So it's like a day at work, and I was just relieved, Whoa, it's working. People are happy. And this is when I realized that we did something right. I made you guys a promise a long time ago. If you want a company that never changes, stay out. Okay? And I'm serious about it. We will keep on evolving. We will do what it takes. It is not always the easy fix. I would say it's never the easy fix, guys. Never. If you want an easy fix, we had a talk with Vittorio here today, actually about this. And I said, leave it alone. It's going to bring you problems. Maybe the money would have been good, temporary. But once you bring cancer into the body, difficult to get rid of. Just cut it out. We went on, opening actually the exchange. We started trading the company. And I want you to remember something with this. Within a year, we're going to have a lot of people crying. Because they don't know what's going to happen later on. The strategy is in place. The strategy is in place for all. It's all puzzle pieces, pieces of a puzzle that we are putting carefully together. Why? Because we can afford to do so. For the first time ever, we are able to choose the people. Choose to do it right. Choose to look long term. If you don't believe it, write down the date 1 year from now. We will win. We are winning because of people like you. Will it always be easy? No. It's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be easy. You're supposed to grow by the lessons along the road. It's a journey. Embrace it. Embrace the pain. Same as you would go to the gym. Selfish? No. Pain. It comes out of pain, the growth, failures. We went on actually. Now it's getting interesting, yeah? What is this? I want to go back and speak about here. Guys, we were in such an urgency to get things moving that we picked pieces like this to get it done. We took what we had around. Why? Because we knew that it's not about what we had. It's about finding the right pieces. I'm talking about you. Leaders with integrity that cares about the organization. We have Malaysia visiting here. You know what? You know why they came? It wasn't because of the quick fix. Huge respect for all the guys here. Because they came in order to improve for the people. And I said one thing when I met you. I said, if there is a will, there is certainly a way. And when you look people in the eye, eyes don't lie. He didn't come for the money for himself. He came out of the urge for him to provide his people in 10 countries, respectful business leaders, great leaders, people, with something I know that will simply blow the business out of proportions when we work together. And I thank you for that trust. And it's happening more and more. People are writing me and saying, hey, I want to take a look at your business, can you help me? I said, I don't have time. But go to the leaders, you can find them. But I want to work with you, bad choice. Bad choice. Bring a strong line of leaders. They are there for you. You see them. Open your eyes. Who are the future leaders of the new paradigm shift in networking? Where people will flock to you. If and when you have the foundation in place. Choose wisely. Choose people that you love. People that you respect. Same as we've been choosing in Socium, who we bring on board. Great people like Wayne, Hans-Peter, my partner Dietrich. We kind of just roll on with a long line of experts from different kind of industries. Different kind of industries that knows better than you and me how that is done. The cake grows. The cake grows by sharing. But share it for the people that you respect and you love. Because guys, long run, that's going to beat it all. It's going to beat it all because when you're sharing value, true value for people, the program can feel it. When you know that it is true value, when you've seen it, when you really has grasped it, it's easy. Because people come to you. They come to you. Speak the truth. Find out the facts. Yes, the earning possibilities are out of proportion with anything that you've seen before. Anything that you've seen before. A marketing plan, compensation plan that doesn't have a limit. It's up to you. We will see later on, I speak about the next quarters a bit. What are you expect? What can you expect to happen? Things don't happen overnight. It's impressive when we're looking at, next on the slide, we're looking at the exchange starting. I mean, who does that? Launching a token on the market when you are just in the beginning. We do it. Why? To prove that we're real. People come and say, oh, but it goes down, the token, and say, yes! I say, what do you mean? Learn. There is a video. Take a look at this video. Why is the mechanism developed like it is to self-regulate itself? I even had certain people in the company calling me and said, oh, this was stupid, why did we do that? Say, calm down. And how long did it take before it started hitting crazy amounts as a euro? And I said, guys, take the responsibility and refer them to the free loyalty points instead. That's your responsibility. To give the best deal ever. The best value ever for the people you love and care about. If you don't do that, go ahead, you're going to lose. Because in the long run, who comes back? The person you cheated or the person you helped out of sincerity? I can tell you it's going to go mad once it gets going. Mad. Things will happen that you do not expect. Okay? Things will happen. There will be changes. Some people will resist it. They will not like it. No, I don't like it. It was the same when we went into, the new thing. We went into, it's going to be a network company. Everything improved. Commission structure, what you got for it, everything improved. Some people say, I don't like it. I said, why? I don't like it. I don't like networking. And I said, but you've been referring people in the affiliate system. Yeah, but I don't like networking. Open the ears and the eyes. Learn how you can earn with us. Long term. How long will the plastic be there? I personally believe that's the best choice of material. It's lightweight, it's strong, it's cheap. If we inform the market what it's about. And why networking? Because you guys are the best guys to refer people to inform. Without you guys, we wouldn't be where we are in SEPCO today. Did everything go smooth? No, because people inform about the wrong things. We create before solutions, what other people call problems. But we got going. It's been a crazy journey. Starting there. Actually started before, but starting there as the opportunity for the masses. Today, we are here. Why are we here? Because we believe, we know. you're going to get on board, you'll be on board, but it's time to get up. And if you're ready, yes. Now, you need to guide the people forward ahead and learn. And advices and a way of behaving that is expected to be done on the local markets that you can't do from offshore. You can't simply do it in 2020 and beyond. It was possible before. But guys, we are not living in the 90s anymore. The world is changing. So are we. I want you to give a huge, huge, huge applaud to the person that became more than a partner and a friend to me during the last months. It's been extremely important so far and will be even more so important the next days, weeks, months, and years. And he's going to actually be the CEO of what starts today. So give a big, big applaud to Mr. the one and only Jens Lausen!
Thank you. That was a lot of words. Yes, you can stop the music. I won't dance. Thank you, Stefan. That was a lot of words. Let me start by taking you guys back. It was actually when I joined the business the first time. I remember how I looked at all of this, and I looked at all of the challenges, and I saw how fast all of this came together. And like Stefan said, it was only possible because of the experience of the people that was already there. It was only possible because of all of the functionalities that were already in place. And as we saw the first weeks and months, and we saw the launch, you know, the whole vision starts coming more and more real. And you know, even management, it is only people. To us too, we need to see that. It needs to grow. It needs to come closer. And I remember as we advanced into the Amsterdam event. And on the Amsterdam event, we could show the second step in our three-step proof of concept, which was the first PP5. And to show and to prove your business in such a way, in such a powerful way, in such a short time is mind-blowing. I mean, not all companies are profitable, right? But this company actually managed to be profitable and follow through. Now, at that time, everyone felt a split emotion because it was like very, very excited and also pretty relieved that we got it made in such a short time. And if you want to know how Stefan works, this is it. We spoke after the event, and Stefan, it was actually right after, and he said, this is awesome, this is awesome, this is crazy. And we all agreed, and this is crazy, it's going to be big. And he said, yeah. But now we need to take it to the next level. So what you're going to see here today started right after the event in Amsterdam. Right after the event in Amsterdam, when most people felt joy, most people felt satisfaction, and they were really excited about what had already happened, Stefan was already moving to the next level. What happened was that we got together, we had a sit down, all of the management, talking about what is it really that we want, and what is it really that is required from us. If you look at it this way, guys, we had plastic for how many years? 50 years plus, maybe? And in 50 years, how much? Since 1950, so a little bit more than years. But it didn't take us long to create a global disaster. And it doesn't matter where you look in the world, everyone is contributing to this global disaster of plastic. So the reality is, it took all of us to create the disaster, and it is going to take everyone to really do something solid about it. And so what we did was we contacted an award-winning marketing team. And we can click here. And what we did was we simply asked them, what is the message? What is the words that we need to put together in order to communicate really to a broader masses? Stefan said it before, this is not just a networking. We're not ashamed of networking. Quite the contrary. We're proud of the relationship marketing. But what you will see here today is a strategy that you will see the baseline of. You will see the very fundament of what it is. And this is just the beginning of what is to come. Well, our aim is to go out and really tell the world. Now, we promised you on the Next Level tour that we are going to deliver the next level. And we are here to do just that. So if you will click one more time, the next level is here. Actually, the next level, I can do that too, yeah. The down one is forward. Okay. The next level is here. It's here in more ways than one. It's here because you are here. And Stefan is absolutely right. There was no invitations really sent out. We gave information that we would have a live webinar to talk about this, and that's why, thousands of people are watching from home and looking at this. When we talked before, how many people are really going to come to see this? The truth was, we didn't know. We didn't know. We tried to ask and how many was coming, and we were mind blown by how many of you have been flying in. We literally had to stop people saying, we don't have any more room. And you can only do that if you create a movement, something that people really want to get into, something that people really want to be a part of. The power of simplicity and the power to change. See, simple is not just simple. You can have a simple form of things, and you can have very complex things. But the genius is if you go through the complexity and create something very simple. When you create a simplicity in something that's very complex, it means you can easily access much more people. You look at any smartphone you have today, the technology behind it is understandable even to a child because they know how to maneuver with the dashboard. The brilliance is in the simplicity. If you had to type in a code, or if you were to talk to technical people, they could tell you stuff about your phone you don't even want to know. But it is making it accessible to the world that's really the power. The power to change. We all know the world is in a constant change. And the reality is, change is happening faster and faster and faster. If I had to ask you, how many of you have a mobile phone? All of you would go, yes, I have. And if I were to ask you, for how many years have you had a mobile phone, you would be able to go back some years. But if I'm asking you, is your mobile phone 5 years old, you look at me like, what? Because a 5-year-old mobile phone wouldn't even work today. There would be so many things that it would not really do very well. Things and changes are happening faster and faster. And we need to be able to adapt to those changes. We need to be able to bridge that. Now, one of the things that we want to do is we want to grow fast. Now, all of you are top leaders, and those of you watching from home, maybe you have your own experience. We all want to grow fast. We want to have strong growth. But I want to tell you this. Stefan made a big point out of communicating this. We're not looking to grow fast necessarily, and particularly not in the beginning. We're more looking to grow the right way. Why? Sometimes you can outgrow yourself. And what that simply means is you need to grow with a project so that the project doesn't take over and just runs. We've seen too many businesses grow rapidly just to collapse. What we're looking to do here is to organize, grow fast, but the right way. We're in the duplication business, but the reality is there's very little duplication going on. We're people. We tell stuff our own way. We try to share a message our own way, and as such, this message has often been very diluted. From a marketing standpoint, that is a disaster. Anyone involved in marketing knows that about protecting a brand is really what you want to do. You want to make sure that people, when they see your brand, that they understand who are you, what are you about, what are your values. And so what we did was we contacted a global marketing agency, like I said before, and we had them study. So when you create a brand, it's not just a process of 10, 15 people coming together and saying this could be a cool name. You actually study the internet. You study the global market space, because this agency is actually representing global companies and global brands. What that means is you need to now study where is the marketing space for you. So what you are going to see today is we are going to change names. When I'm saying we're going to change names, it's not today. We're still CloudHorizon. And we're still proud to be CloudHorizon. But we are going to change for a marketing purpose. We're going to do that in order to own our own space, in order to be really in control of our own brand. We will change not only one, but we'll actually change two names here today. And what you will see is a technology that will actually support you and us in getting our core message out to people who do not yet look at our business. But we will get the message out there in a conform way. What that simply means is this. We will get the message out there as it was intended. Okay? We will get the message from here to the other side of the world without being diluted by stories, but really professionally messaged to that market specifically. When we look at that, you have to understand the power. Now, I want you all to welcome our new company platform called ECOVO. ECOVO.com. Yes, you may applaud. ECOVO will be the area where we will share information about nature, information about solutions. See, the whole world is talking about the problems of plastic waste. Everybody is communicating, it's wrong over here. This is going wrong over here. You got plastic waste over there. Did you know this is happening over here? Everybody's communicating that, and from a business standpoint, it's very, very good that they are doing that. It's very, very good. It makes awareness enormous. It's very important to the environment that we do become aware of this catastrophe. If you just think about what Stefan said, our children will be the first generation to not live as long as their parents. Think about that. Main reason being the plastic. Now, what we're going to be able to do here is share message not just about the problem, but actually be able to share the message that there is a solution. There is not just a solution in the form of a machinery, but there is a solution where anyone from any part of the world, regardless of religion, background, financial status, whatever, can actually actively participate in eradicating the plastic waste. The ECOVO brand is not just, like I said, a studied thing. It is actually also built for purpose. In the word here, you will find eco for eco-friendly. You will find economy. You will find the word evolution in there, and the VO for voice. The lines around here is basically showing sharing. And that is the core message of ECOVO, is that sharing matters. Now let's try to get a little feel of what the page will look like. You will see a very clean design. The design is made to be easy to overview. You have the different areas that we're going to attack. You will have unique articles in here. These are not articles that we just took from somewhere and put there. They are actually made by us. They are actually made by a professional marketing agency. And this is very, very important to understand. You will be able to have products and services that you can buy, and you will see later in the presentation that we are already now taking steps to being able to expand our product range. How many of you would like to have more products in the shop? Now, ECOVO is your chance to reduce plastic waste by sharing environmental stories that matter. And this is very, very important. ECOVO is absolutely for free to register on. Anyone can come to ECOVO. You can invite them. I registered ECOVO, and I see articles. It doesn't cost anything. I will be able to, from here, actually to share content that I read and that I feel is important. We will even reward you for doing so. When you look at the ECOVO platform, we started here with an image of Jonas, just to get going. Where are you? Jonas said to say this. But you will see it has a nice, clean feel. You will see it is easy to overview. And what you need to know about the site is it is also the user journey of it. The simplicity of it is actually studied. It is studied, and it will continue to be studied, which means we will track how people are actually moving on the site, which means, again, like Stefan promised, you will likely see changes going on further down the road, and these changes will adapt to how people are actually moving on the site. And what that means is we are taking the areas of the business that people don't touch and move them to where they do touch them and where they do get involved. And this is when you take technology and knowledge and combine that with the power of the people. Now, here you will see related content. This related content is already written. We have already more than 34 articles written up, ready to go. These articles are not accidental articles. It's not just the question of people going in and saying, this is a nice topic, let's write something about that. That's one article. No. You will actually see that it goes anywhere from Coca-Cola, that has found a way to make the first bottles out of plastic waste. This article comes from us. This is a unique article that is not out there yet. You will see how it spreads to Indonesia, and it even has the Philippines in there. Why? We are a global company with a global message. These articles will not take, the standpoint of looking at everything from Europe, where the main headquarters will be. It will not do that. It will take a global part of this. What you need to know, that by now already, the company has been founded. By now already, we have our banking in place, so all of that actually works. We are good to go. It happened since Amsterdam until here. So we've been very, very busy behind the lines. We've got some new offices set up in Vienna, and we're looking even to hire new people. As a matter of fact, we've already strengthened the management with people that are very renowned in the industry that will come in, and they will pop up as news as the weeks and the months go now. You will see how we are strengthening our core in order to better service you out there. When you go in here and you are a user, you will be able to just copy a URL. If I am a free user, I will have my private URL. I can now share the message. I can copy the text and the hashtags. What that means is, certainly my shares, the stuff I share on the internet, will have the same hashtags as the one Hans-Peter is sharing, as the one Pascal is sharing. And this simply means more traffic. But while we are all generating more traffic to ECOVO, because of the URL, we can track who actually clicked on my sharing and came back to ECOVO that way. and the system will reward me with points for doing so. How do you like that? To give you an idea, you all are registered on different social medias. Imagine all of your organization sharing a post just once a week. How many people would indirectly look at your business every single week? If you think about the amount of people you have in your team, you multiply that by the amount of friends that they have on Facebook, you multiply that by the amount of likes it gets on Facebook, now you begin to have an idea what that is. And if you think about those click-through rates, okay, that would be a sum of money no one could afford to pay, but it gets better. Every time we share something, we are not sharing it in the traditional sense of marketing. We're staying in a very exclusive area. And the exclusive area is the area of micro-influence. The micro-influence simply means this. You all have a direct impact on the people around you. And the people around you have a direct impact on you. I often use the example, when you want to go buy a pair of shoes, you're not just buying the shoes. You're thinking about what will people think if I buy these shoes. If I'm buying a car, I will think not just about the car and the money. I will think about what will my neighbor say. You know what the crazy thing is? We will often think more about the people we don't like than we will think about the people we like, because we want to fit in. Social influence is tremendous. And this is the highest form of marketing. Why? It penetrates through every single message out there. When you talk to somebody that is your friend that you trust, and you come to their city and they tell you, this is the best hotel, this is the best restaurant, they immediately become your number one restaurant, your number one hotel. And no advertise given to you can really match that, because you will feel a certain connection because of the people that you know. All of your marketing will happen within that exclusive area of micro-influencing, and we will be able to track it. And what will happen is all of these free users, they will be able to see how many points they are collecting every single day, so they can follow each of the campaigns that are there. All of this you don't need to do a lot about. We will have more trainings on them in the next weeks here as to how it exactly works, because this is a transition into a new situation. ECOVO, sharing matters. We all have a voice, and we all have an obligation to use it. Why not use it for good? Why not use it when you are being rewarded? And what you will see with ECOVO is that we will start a gamification process. A gamification where even if you don't involve yourself with any sort of business, you will be able to still have fun sharing and impacting the world just because you want to do good. Maybe you will read an article that is related to your area, and here's what we will do. We will track every single article. We will track every single country, and we will tune in on what is really relevant to the market, and we will strive to reach our audience, and that means we will reach through you, your audience, returning back to your business. When Stefan said we are going to make a paradigm shift, we are going to make a paradigm shift. And what this simply means is, before this industry was just about people contacting new people. But right now, you're going to see, once you start sharing, and over time, you will inform such an amount of people that they will start coming the other way around, and you will start filling your calendars. You will actually have to qualify the leads that are coming in to make sure they're worth your time. And we will do everything we can to automate the process for your business. How do you like ECOVO? There is more, because there's also behind this something that needs to drive ECOVO, which is you guys. So where are your business actually? This is what everyone will see, but where is your business existing? What is it that really amplifies ECOVO? What does that? Well, let's have a look at that. We welcome Amplivo. Now, you will all have heard that with the Amplivo introduction, it was much more subtle. It was not a hype. And it is not intended to be a hype. There's drama and plastic waste, but you will see with Amplivo here is a very simple, soft approach to people. Every study documented shows that there is a tremendous power in a soft sell. A soft sell means you serve people the opportunity to easily understand rather than drowning them in a massive message. We open the doors rather than scaring people away. There will be excitement enough for them to see when they come closer, when they come into our events, when they see our excitement. But when we begin, we have to meet people at a very, very good level. And remember, guys, the entire industry is estimated to have roughly 200 million people involved today. 200 million people. That is less than the population of Indonesia. The rest of the world does not know anything about the industry. Think about the potential of that. Think about how many people out there not involved, doesn't know. These are the people that we will be able to attract, and these are the people we will focus on. So with Amplivo, we will amplify.
Can one person change the world and make money at the same time? They can with Amplivo. Join now and you can earn points by sharing ethical news and stories within your social network. And the more you share, the more points you'll earn. And if you encourage others to join, you'll earn even more. Each point is linked to profitable eco-projects around the world. So as well as financial rewards, you could be reducing waste plastic, planting trees, or even building schools. You could say doing good never felt better. Amplivo. Amplify change. Join now at amplivo.com.
This is not intended for a business presentation, but this video is intended for people who are curious. And you know what? On the ECOVO website, when I have shared the first messages, and I can see I'm beginning to make some points, I will be introduced to this video. And with this video, I will learn that there's actually an opportunity for me to go from being, a supporter or follower into actually becoming an influencer with Amplivo. Now, Amplivo, we are amplifying change. That is the core message. What you will see with the ECOVO Amplivo approach is that we are not just attacking plastic. We are not sticking to that. We want to reach broader to attract more people to, be able to grow. We are about reducing plastic waste. Make no mistake about it. None of our goals have changed. Quite the contrary. Only our strategy to get there has become more clear. But we are amplifying a change in people. We're different with the real deal. We believe we have the solution. And we believe we're ready to be heard. We are ready to amplify change. Ladies and gentlemen, there is nothing more that we really need to prove. other than to step on the pedal, other than to gain more speed, other than to communicate more. We have the science of the machinery set up. We have the community built. We have the profit streams moving over. We have the exchange running. We are ready for the world to see, hear, and understand what we're doing. And we are very, very happy to be able to share that with them. Now, this is just a little bit for you to see the colors of Amplivo. It is made with these colors, and you will see here, this is actually from what is the brand guide. There's a whole science into building a brand. There are defined symbols, there are defined colors, and everything comes studied, everything comes for a reason. Color codes, all of these things in the brand guide are guidelines that we have to obey by so that we can grow to become a household brand that people will recognize, that people will reflect positive to. This brand guide here is just one of many things that builds the base for what we are going out and delivering to the world. But please know, everything has been developed for moving on very, very fast. We are now. Amplivo is designed for simplicity and to maximize opportunity. We have designed it this way so that you get more speed in your business. You will see an easy overview of your own genealogy. You will have easy access to it. You will have the functions that you've seen in the CH media, the ability to really communicate to your organization. You will have an academy in there where you can not just watch a video, but you can actually also take a test. Based on the test, you can even be rewarded with points. See, one of our main drivers is we have to educate people on the solution that we bring about, and we will have an automated process for this. Also here, you can be able to share campaigns. And this is one of the major news of the Amplivo platform. We will add new products that you guys can acquire. Now, today we have savings, and we have them on travels, we have them on shopping, but you will also be able to buy in here packages that are reflecting marketing campaigns. Now, why would I buy a marketing campaign? I would buy a marketing campaign because it helps me share a professional message. It's not just me writing on Facebook, this is good, but I have a real orchestrated professional campaign. If I understand that for me as an individual, that becomes pretty logic. But think about the power of the networks that you guys already have. And if everyone steps in and you tie into the same channel and you are channeling traffic through the same message, but all is being able to recognize the individual, and all the traffic will go to the individual. Now, what you will be able to see here is this. These articles, these campaigns that you will get, that you can share, you will also be rewarded with ECOVO points on them. Okay? But we don't stop there. We can again track, and that simply means if you have a campaign and you just buy it and you do nothing with it, this is the amount of ECOVO points you get. But if you are active and you are choosing to share the message and you're choosing to do more, we will actually reward you with points for doing so. We will track that you are sharing it. We will motivate, we will encourage you to do so. And remember, if you share more, you earn more. How many of your organization people do you think will understand this? Just think about it. Think about the effect that it will have. How many people will see your business, not just through you, but through your entire network and people that they are talking to on a daily basis anyway, when they are active on the social medias. There will be an in-depth training on this in 14 days where you will understand much, much more. Now, as I said here you can see your organic points and your promotion points. So the system will clearly show you where you're going, how far you are in your process, and what you've made out of it. You can also see your own profile here, how many ECOVO points do you actually have, and that is always good to know. With Amplivo, we are going to amplify posts. With Amplivo, we're going to amplify rewards. And with Amplivo, we're going to amplify income. We are going to amplify your income and the ones of your team members. The site will be starting in English. I think everybody understands that. That's perfectly normal. It will also come in Spanish from the beginning. We will also be able to have Italian when we start. Italians like that. We will be in French from the beginning. Any other nations in here? It will be in German from the beginning. We got some crazy Germans in the house. But I don't understand why you guys want it in German. I read on the internet today that said, I'm not going back. Yeah. But it will be in German, also auch für die deutschsprachigen Ländern. Alles klar, ja? So, it will be in Thai. I have personally done the Thai translation. No, I have not. And it will be in Vietnamese. So when we start, not just the website will be in those languages, but every single article will be in those languages. What that means for the market is tremendous. But what it means to the Google search engine is beyond compare, because it doesn't just examine one language. It certainly finds out that this is what it really is. It is a global phenomenon. This is much more than just a network. It's a movement. Think about it. When we come together, what we talk about and how we understand the world, how we see the world, how we see plastic waste. It took like 48 hours for me to develop a plastic mouth. I started talking plastic all the time because I realized what it is. And so we united for a cause. And this cause, the world deserves to know. And that's why we really need to bring it out there. In Amplivo, very fast, you will see something else new. You're going to see not just the business volume that's used to calculate qualifications. We're going to introduce a commission volume. Commission volume is because of the VAT in the different nations, so we have to have that in there. But it's also used to be able to expand the variety of products in our shop because they cannot all have the same calculation. But through this system, we can do that, and we can respect the VAT of the individual area. The ECOVO points, which can be redeemed at Eltron X into ORTP, makes this just a very round concept. And like Stefan says, it is a financially driven thing, but it becomes so much more once you understand it. You will see new products coming in, and this doesn't mean, just to clarify, we will not be selling shoes when we launch. So this is symbolizing a product, but it will be many products coming in. And I'm telling you, the conversations that I know have been going on for the last few days and have been going on from the trip when Stefan was in Latin America is just mind-blowing what we will see there. There are 8 steps to amplifying success. You share your post. You earn your points. You redeem your points by becoming an Amplivo licensed member by getting your business license. So if you have a business license, you can actually redeem them. Or if you are a supporter, a customer, you'll be able to redeem them. The rest will use them for gamification. But they will quickly realize that they could have had that value if they would have just followed your guidance. Now, gain access to Amplivo in the dashboard. You will also be able to supercharge your posts and grow your network. The new packages that will come in here will explode your business exponentially, okay? And there will be news on these packages, not the specific package, but there will be news on that later from Stefan here. Step number 6, you encourage your Amplivo community to grow. And that is what we're doing all the time. Guys in the back, develop your network leadership skills. That is the commitment that any one of us should have. Any one of us that gets involved with this, we have a responsibility to grow, because we are inviting others to follow. When you look at point number 8, it says, doing good, never felt better, and it's absolutely right. This is your new business model in one picture. You go through Amplivo, and through Amplivo, you share the message of ECOVO on different social medias. And what you will see in this picture here is that the arrow actually goes back as well. What that means is, as you are sharing all of these messages, traffic will come back from people who are interested, from people who find it relevant. And if you don't believe me, the live stream tonight is set up on a unique channel that went out last night, only to people in the leadership groups. We didn't even put it in a global newsletter. It just went out last minute. Before we got started, Jonas showed me, he says, something in German, can you translate for me? And it was a guy that had seen it and says, what is it? I want to join. What is it? I want to join. That was on a secret channel. Now what will happen when we start the organized message? What will happen directly and indirectly to your business? Only fantasy can have any idea about that. But this business model here is simple. It is very, very clean. It is very, very transparent to both governments and to people looking at us. It is a non-dangerous, and it is a highly potential opportunity to do good. You could actually say, doing good never felt better. That is what we have for you. I want to finish off by making a commitment. I promise to you that I will do whatever is in my power to see this succeed. I promise you I will not rest if there is an opportunity to make things better. I don't promise you times without challenges. I don't promise you that we will not sometimes disagree. But what I do promise you is that I will always strive to do it for the better. If there's one thing that my friend and mentor Frank Ricketts has taught me, it is that it is for the people. We have to make sure that you have a smooth business. That process will not stop. And I am very, very happy to say that Frank is not out of the picture. He stays as a consultant. He stays as an advisor to me. He stays in more functions within the business, okay? So that is not about it. But what I really want you to know is that I am deeply, deeply grateful to Jonas from Socium for giving me the opportunity. I'm deeply grateful to be serving you guys. And I'm very, very grateful for a crazy guy that I met about a year ago. And it honestly took me a little while to understand him, because he will not sit still for 5 seconds. He will go up, he will walk around, and as you try to explain things to him, sometimes it helps if you also get up, because that means you can continue to explain and just walk after him. He will go left and right, in and out, blah, 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 blah. And when you think he doesn't understand, that's when you learn how fast his brain works. I one time had to say to him, stop for a minute, explain this to me. And he did that like this. His commitment to you guys is tremendous. He's talking to me late at night in Europe. So late that I'm saying, you know what, I'm beginning to be tired. I want to go to bed. And then I'm thinking, he's sitting in Thailand. And he has not been to bed yet. To be entrusted with the responsibility that Stefan has entrusted me with is a great, great honor. But I want you to know it's an extension. It's an extension of his vision. It's an extension of his mentality towards the network. So I want you all to give a standing applause to our founder, the one and only Mr. Stefan Lieberg. This is forward. Oh, I click. You tell me.
So, that was not too shitty, was it? It's amazing we're in an industry where you tell people that don't please share this. And what happens? The more you say, this is really important that you don't share it. And what happens? You can't share this, but I tell you, and then it's all over internet. But we managed to keep this one quiet under wraps here. Some people are for sure a little bit shocked. What's going on? Yeah? But I can assure you that this will be insanely powerful. It will be insanely powerful. It's time for the industry to change paradigm. And I am truly convinced where we will be in the next 3 to 5 years is something out of proportions. Why? Because there is also reasons for us developing, for example, the marketing plan in a way we did. We are not going to just bring in a person one by one. We are bringing in organizations, communities, network companies. Why? Because we can protect even companies. With double or triple or quadruple income earnings, getting cool products in for doing good. Is that awesome? I think it's awesome. I think it's super awesome. I can hardly sleep. Yeah, I know somebody says, yeah. So, having said that, I mean, it's time to bring it down back to where are we today. Okay? Can we have some slides, please? So, the roadmap. I think it's very important. I used to say, and I'm saying it over and over and over again, that network leaders, we tend to forget what it's all about. Bringing in new people, introducing them to something new they've never been involved in. Correct? And then we start speaking about, you need to have a plan. You need to have a goal. And we tend to forget that most people never, ever made a plan. How absurd that is. We go to school, kindergarten. Somebody tells us exactly when to go. Somebody tells us when to eat, when to go home, when to eat again, do your homework, go to bed, repeat. We go on to school, same thing. We go into being a professional in a job. Some people actually like to have a job. I like to have a mission. It's a choice. It's not bad. It's just another way. What we introduce to these people is actually a plan B. An extra income on top of the job, the career. It's not for everybody to be professionals in the industry. It's not. But imagine, how much is an extra 500 euros a month? In this industry, if that's what you introduce to the people, think about Thailand. That's about 16,000, 17,000 bahts a month. That's about the same as a clerk in the bank has, on top of it. And that's what it's all about. By duplicating that, what does duplication mean? It means that you do it first. People don't do what you say, they do what you do. People think, why is my network not growing? And then you ask them, when did you do your last presentation? What do you mean? I'm training my leaders. Good luck. Duplication. The roadmap is for us to show you that we know where we're going. Okay? And it's up to us to show you that so you can tap into the full potential of the business, Focus on what is right now and right in front of us. Not 2021. It's nice to know for you where to go there, but focus on what is important. Step by step. If I learned something of the industry the last years is that when a networker, so to say leader in network, thinks, nothing happens. It's interesting. Sit and think about and strategy and this and that, but nothing happens. I used to speak about one of the really famous first cities where I built the network back in the 2000, where it became a coffee club. And when a new person came in, they looked at that person. Who are you? Don't come here. It is about telling the story. It's about focusing on, can we have the next slide please? Focusing on what is it right now. We're going to roll out in stages that you see here. From actually yesterday, okay, until the 6th of December, when the transition from what we have today will become the full Amplivo. Not with all the elements. Why? Because step by step we'll introduce what you should focus on. And if you think of, oh, I'm going to wait and then I'm going to do when this comes, you're going to lose out. Because it's about building the structure, getting the people to focus on what matters. And what is it that matters? Sharing. Sharing matters. How cool is that? It matters, yes, to us, to the planet, but also sharing matters. Things. Financial freedom. Innovations for a sustainable future. A solution to the plastic global disaster of plastic pollution. Yes, not only something, no, the solution. I believe it is. Yes, it's cool with some shoes from plastic from the ocean, but you're only moving that into the next plastic thing. Correct? It's a cool thing what we have. Why? Because imagine, like Jens says, you know, you have a box here and you put in plastic into it, kaboom, it's gone. Eradicated. That would most probably be the innovation of the century, yeah? But actually fuel comes out. And people are, yeah, but does it do 18,000 liters or 15,000 liters or 9? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. As long as it's taking away the plastic pollution, and even there's just 1 liter a day, it would be much better than nothing. Correct? And you know, ladies and gentlemen, we even tokenize that. And what you do with those tokens is entirely up to you. Up to you. But please remember, the moment you let go of the token, our polypetron does not care about your token. It keeps on spitting out the fuel and eradicating plastic and documenting it on a blockchain. Value on blockchain and for our social capital and what? Money. That's cool. I like money also. I didn't invent it. Let's play by the games that are on the market. And by sharing that opportunity, we will also break the paradigm on what is possible in earnings in the industry. Our goals are big, pretty big. Let's blow those goals up and put a new gear in shift today. Who wins? One guy is sitting and laughing back there. You see, I don't know where he is now. Mr. Assad. There he is. He's just sitting and laughing. He's just laughing about, because he knows what he's been doing without having even a hunch about where he was going to go when we started. The guy was so crazy, so he jumped on an aeroplane, knocked on the door in the famous condo. It was going to be 3 days there. Normally the guy is partying the head of himself every night when he'd been in Bangkok. He ended up sitting in the condo, hardly going outside for 5 months. How crazy is that? And I see other people doing it also. I see people that never succeeded in network. It's not about that. It's about taking it and putting it into action, simply copying what he's been doing. Simply copying it. Don't invent the wheel again that is there to roll for you. Because you're going to lose out. Especially with ECOVO. You know why ECOVO is so important is that they keep the message intact. So if you're looking at the transition, it starts now. Now. You will have still the old packages going on. You will still be on the previous platform that is still today, right now. But you will have 4 weeks basically when it rolls out and changes by transition, where it comes to the day when we simply shift. Make sure to get all the information out. Okay? I'm not talking about who are your front lines and, who's in your organization. That's all taken care of. I'm talking about history maybe, some invoicing, whatever. It might be important for you. For us it is, because we will work very close with the governments, taxations, and all this in order to make it so transparent and so compliant that nobody can attack you if and when you follow the rules. If and when you follow the rules. Why? Because the cake is big enough to share, believe me. If you're looking at what will happen, can I have the next slide, please? From today, a week from now, if I were you, I would put full steam ahead. Why? Because the next 4 weeks is going to reward you extra. You're not only going to get the products that you're getting so far, you will be getting 100% on top of it with marketing campaigns when they start. Is that cool? So you are getting extra in these weeks. After that, you get what is there. On top of that, the promotion of extra FLPs will stay at least for another week at double. That cool? Both on earnings and the packages. On the 18th of November, the first update and training on the ECOVO business model will happen. So now don't start focus on that. Focus on what we have now and where we're going. Action. Bring in the world into the system. The next week, 1 week at a time, we're going to have an update and practical training on the platforms. So you know exactly how they work. So you know what buttons to press, how to do it, in order for you to teach your leadership now and in the future, how to get the best benefit out of the platforms. It's nice to have a nice car to drive, but it helps to learn how to drive it, correct? After that, training on all of the elements in order for the week after, if I can have one more slide, with the full transition to the new platform. And it's a pretty cool platform coming. Will it stay there forever? No. We will get up. We're already actually working on what will happen with the IT, with Wayne, with partners from software industry and pretty cool companies, I would say. Huge global companies that will be involved in building the next generation of platform. Why? Look at the industry, 200 whatever million of people in the industry of networking. We spoke about bringing in half. That's 100 million networkers in the next years, plus maybe 5 to 10 customers and followers. There you go. We're going to need to gear up continuously. You can wait to that and get going if you want. I wouldn't. Is it going to be the easiest to be a pioneer in the business, to get going? No, we spoke about that today with Vittorio also. It isn't the easiest to be the first. It isn't. But is it rewarding? Yes, but it takes commitment and character. Commitment and character. We will continue 9th of December. Going to be celebration. But it doesn't stop there. More and more and more will happen. And until the 3rd of January, qualifying for what? Koh Chang! Which is going to be a pretty famous island in the world, because that is where the first leader village will be for us. And all built for you guys, for us to enjoy from plastic trash. That's pretty cool. Why for leaders? Because it's pretty cool to be with you guys. It's much more happy atmosphere. You know, it's going to be a celebration at the 27th of January. So qualify, and with these tools, guys, pah, I could hit 3-star in my sleep if I started in a week from now or 2 weeks from now. It's nothing. It's nothing. Yes, if you are on a net holiday marketing, net take it easy marketing, net relax, fat cat marketing, you name it. Meow! Bring it to me! No, it's called network marketing. Action. Share the story. Share the testimonial. Get serious about what you do. It's not, some kind of hobby playing. No. Put the strategy. Follow what we do. Make sure to learn to earn together with us. That's the beauty of this industry. Having people that for free educates you how to become a professional. That's pretty awesome in my world. I got asked in South America that, people say that and that. Yeah, I think this is for sure a scam, because I'm flying on my own money to South America for like 30-ish hours, pays for it, pays for the events, pays for the dinners, pays for everything. To scam people? Yeah. Grow up. These eyes, ears, some processing power would be also welcome. Analyze. Base your decision on facts. We will always reward the people that learns what we do the most. Yes, you will benefit from maybe joining, buying some, products and services, marketing, whatever. But you'll never, ever, as long as I stand, be able to compete with the true leadership or the most brilliant industry on this planet, in my world, network marketing. So I would like to end with that. I would like to end my session from that. If you don't do it, I surely will. And if you don't do it, I'm sure that somebody of your friends in Facebook, around the block, will do it. It is not the history, what you did before. It's about where you set out to go. And one thing is for sure, I know many of you guys will follow us all the way to the top. But be sure, we will go. That's all from me. Thank you for the trust, and thank you for following. See you on the top.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Staffan. Everybody feeling good? It's a little late in Thailand, but it's not very late for a lot of the viewers. Some of them it's the morning, and also in Europe it's still the afternoon. So to wrap up on this special occasion, celebrating the next level, we would like to do a few rounds of photographs. So first of all, if I could invite Staffan, who's getting undressed. Photos first. Photos, guys. A couple photos. It's not long. So if we could invite Staffan and Jens back up on stage. to commemorate. Let's give him a hand, everybody. Don't go to sleep yet. To commemorate this special occasion of the launch of the next level, which is now reality. We're at that level now. Pascal, if you could join them. So if we have these three gentlemen. So let's have one photo of this. I think Nico's there taking the photos. He's got it. And then if we could have our partners up as well, Dr. Mehta, Hans-Peter, Dietrich, and Wayne, come up on stage. Where's Veerapan? He's never around. Jay's there. Jay, come on over. Johannes and Frizo, come. Is Veerapan away already? Can never find this guy. Veerapan, he's tough to get a hold of. It's okay, but you can be sure he's not sleeping. He's staying busy. Whoa. Nachapan. Where's Nachapan? There you are. Oh, come on up. Yay. Let's give a big hand to Nachapan. Right there. That's where you go. Exactly. Are there any of the main? Okay. So now we're going to take one photo of us here. So I'm going to put the mic down. Okay, so now, did we get it? Nico, we got it? Yes. Okay, so a pointing one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, if all of you here, don't leave, could sit back in your seats where you were and try to squeeze all of you on these seats right here. What we're going to do is we're going to flip it around. You guys stay there. And if the camera people can come up on stage, and every one of you here get to join in on this historic occasion. So look happy, look alive, and huddle in. Anyone's on the side, come on over. Nico, if you take down from the stage. Anyone who's on the sides, please come on in, come on in, come on in, come on. Okay. All ready? Hop on in here. Come on, guys. Huddle in, huddle in. This is important. You got a good look there, Nico? A lot of flair. Li Fai Man Ying Song Ti Veti Lot Noi. Okay, one moment. We're getting some lighting in place here. Better? All right. Everybody ready? Okay. First of all, just smile. 1, 2, 3, smile. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, now with that iconic point to the camera. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah! 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Give it a hand. Let's make some noise. Woo!